Hey guys, we're working on 7.5, finding dimensions of plane figures. Alright, so I have some practice problems for us to do. First off, let's go over some key rules we need to know, some things we have to remember. The area for a triangle is half base times height. For a circle, the circumference equals pi times diameter, and the circumference also equals circumference also equals 2 times pi radius, okay? Because when you're finding circumference, you might only be given the diameter or you might only be given the radius, so you have to figure out which one you want to use. Also, perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Area equals just length times width. And pi, when you see this symbol means pi, and it just means 3.14, okay? So you saw that over here when we were talking about circumference as well. So those both just mean 3.14 when you're plugging in to find an answer. So we're going to go through these and practice them. Number 1, it tells us that the area is 72 millimeters squared, okay? Now we're trying to figure out what x equals in here. The book tells us we need to write an equation and then solve for it. So this is the area of a square. We're trying to find the area of a square, so we're trying to use that formula. So this is the area of a triangle. Let's find the area of a square, which is length times width. So we're going to come back over here. So we know our problem needs to be length times width equals, which is equal. It already told us what it's going to equal. So we're going to go ahead and write down what it equals, which would be 42 millimeters squared. So what's our length times our width? Well, we got a 7 in our x. So we're going to do 7x equals 42 millimeters squared. This is the equation you would write down first. The second step tells you that we have to solve. This is what we've been doing all along, and you're very capable of doing it. It's what we worked in the past couple lessons for chapter 7. So we're going to take our 7x equals 42. We're going to divide both sides by 7. 7's cancel out, the x comes down. 7 goes into 42 6 times, and you just put your units at the end. Okay, that's number 1. 2, we have perimeter equals 40 meters, all right? And then we're given this 4-sided parallelogram, okay? So this is the same thing though. We use the same formula as we would use for a square because it's 4 sides. So we're looking for perimeter though. So perimeter is 2L, which is length, plus 2W, which is width. So on this one, we're going to set it up. We know that our perimeter is going to equal 40. We're going to go ahead and add that down. So it's going to be 2 times our length. So just go ahead and put 2 times 12, then it's plus 2 times our width. Our width is what we don't know, so we're going to put 2 times C. I'm plugging in C instead of a W because my C is right here, okay? That is the equation you'd write down first, and then you'd have to solve for it. To solve for it, I'm just going to rewrite the problem really quick for us. We need to first do 2 times 12, which is going to give us 24, plus 2c equals 40. Then we got to get this 24 out of the way. We're going to subtract 24 from both sides. It's going to cancel it out here. It's going to bring down our 2c equals, now we have 40 minus 24. 40 minus 24 is 16. Now we have our 2c equals 16. Divide 2 from both sides to get c by itself. C equals, 2 goes into 16 8 times. So your answer is going to be 8 meters. C equals 8 meters. All right. Now for number 3, we have area equals 30 feet squared. All right, and here's what it gives us. The area for a triangle, I'm going to rewrite it down here. We have it at the top of our paper, but area for a triangle equals half the base times the height. So we're just going to rewrite that down here. We know our area equals 30 feet squared. So now we're going to have to do half of our base. Our base is this bottom part, which is 10. So times 10, then times our h, which is our height. Our height right here is our x, so we're just going to plug in our x. So this is the equation you would write first. Now you have to solve for it. So I'm just going to rewrite it for us real quick. What's half of 10? If we did point, we can either say what's half of 10 or what's 0.5 times 10. It's going to be 5. Bring down your x equals 30. Now you have to get the x by itself. To get the x by itself, we're just going to divide by 5. We've done this before. Bring down your x. 5, it'll go into 30 6 times. All right, and feet is your unit, so make sure you write that. That is your answer. Number 4. This one gives us the circumference, okay? It's telling us the circumference of this circle is 62.8 meters. We're going to go ahead and write that down, 62.8 meters. Now we have to figure out what our equation is going to be. For this one, we have 2 formulas for circumference. Radius is when it only gives you half. Diameter is when the line is fully, completely across. So we, right here, are only given our radius. So we're going to want to choose the equation where it has the radius in it, okay? So we're going to use the equation C equals 2 pi r, okay? So we're going to write our 2 times our pi. Pi equals 3.14, like I said at the beginning of the video, times our r. Our r ends up being x. We're just going to add our x in, okay? So this is our formula. Now we have to solve. I'm going to rewrite it really quick. Now, first we need to do what's 2 times 3.14? That is going to give you 6 28/100, okay? Next, bring down your x equals 62.8. Now you have to get the x by itself. Divide both sides by 6 28/100. Okay? This is going to cancel this out. We're going to bring down our x. We need to solve. Now we have a division problem, okay? So let's write that over here. So we're going to have 6 28/100 divided by 62 8/10. Can we divide 2 decimals by each other? No, we cannot. We need to get this into a whole number. To turn this into a whole number, we're going to have to multiply by 100. It's going to turn it into 628. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. So this one is going to turn into 6,280. 628 cannot go into 6. 628 cannot go into 2. 628 can go into 628 one time. All right, so we're going to write that down. Now we have the 0. We cannot forget about the 0. We brought the 0 on down. 628 can go into 0 0 times. We have to remember about that 0, okay? All right, so then it'd just be 0 0 again, and we'd be done. So 628 can go into 6,280 10 times. So now we know that x equals 10. And then we need to put our unit down. It's going to be meters for this one. This one was pretty hard. If you want to pause it here and rewrite down that information, I'm going to tell you guys circles are a lot harder than the triangles and the squares and the other shapes are, okay? Circumference is very, very hard, and it just makes it a lot more complicated with that 3.14, and this really puts your skills with decimals to the test, okay? This is what we worked on today, and if you can please read the description, and I'm going to put some practice problems on there for you, okay? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.